Q1 race 1, here we go. They'll be looking for the lights to change at the side of the grid. And then let's see who's that hyperdrive off the line. They'll wait for the traction. So McLaren go first, JBXE, RXR. Veloce, interestingly, haven't used it. Now they have. So I think everybody's using it on the run to the first corner. RXR looking nice out front, and on the inside of them is Veloce Racing's Kevin Hansen going to get there first. Chris Dobson coming around the outside. Hansen gets a bit too sideways. Chris Dobson inside now. Contact between them. Roll in the background straight away. Oh, it looked like they'd gone over. Up on two wheels. Somebody got away with murder there. Tanner bounced up the inside now, pushed it into the door of Chris Dobson. Chris Dobson runs wide. Kevin Hansen out front for Veloce. Bounce still trying to come through, but it is Kevin Hansen. RXR get up into P2. A lot of pressure though coming behind from McLaren.
And you can just see the McLaren's nosing into RXR, and Sainz has gone around the outside. They've totally got themselves into a fight.
Tyre off the back of the RXR machine, so Tannenfeld's got into the back of RXR. That is a disaster for Chris Dobson. Got turned around, then got clattered on the inside front left by the Acciona Sainz machine as well.
There's more bodywork flying off the Acciona Sainz team. It looked like Veloce, the whole of their back end came off, but that's just bodywork. You can see JBXE going around Sainz. They have a problem.
They do. Well spotted, Jenny. So Acciona Sainz going slowly as well. So our two championship contenders having an absolute shocker at the start of the day.
You heard from Lyle Sainz at the beginning saying we need to keep it clean, and that's not what they've done.
Faust up the inside now. Satana Faust making a pass here on Andreas Backrud. Backrud just backing a little bit off, left foot braking on the way into this left-hander.
Put their wipers on the driest place on earth.
Yeah, well, think about the different places. Obviously, they wet the track to help the dust so the drivers can see where they're going. That's using water from the mine, by the way, so it's all environmentally okay. On a roll! That's off that crest. The number 99's gone over the Hummer EV. Chip Ganassi Racing front corner is broken on it. Dipped off the top, just dug in and rolled over in the background. Acciona Sainz got the App Cooper car, Clara Anderson inside. Clara Anderson moves across. Katie Munning shuts the door and head of Hozos. Hozos goes towards the back of the pack. Oh, Elias has a roll! Big roll. Clara Anderson goes over. She's binned the App Cooper in turn one. So big old shunt. That's going to be a red flag. Yeah, the jump's spectacular, isn't it, coming down the hill? It's bigger than it was last year. Laya Sands, it's lining up. Oh, the Veloce's got a puncture front right. It's off the rim, broken suspension. Laya Sands moves into the lead. Oh, massive hit. And a roll. Munnings has gone over after running up the back of the stricken Veloce. Lights are going to change. Who's going to get away well? Lots of wheel spinners we've come to expect with these very powerful cars off the line. RXR with a good start, but also X44, Christina Gutierrez on the outside, Leah Block as well. Leah Block's flying for Carl Cox Motorsport, going to try and come around the outside of JBXE. She's late on the brakes, trying to get the whole shot here. Block with a great drive, but it's Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski who claims second. Block slots into P3. Chip Ganassi Racing dropped to the back of the pack. Remember, they're using the championship car. I doubt that's dialed in how they want it. She's coming in hot into the braking zone. Leah Block so late on the brakes. Get in!
Why
you
not?
Cannot stop later than that. That was brilliant. So Leah Block's closed the gap down into the switch zone to 0.4 of a second for Timo Scheider to pick up. That was brilliant. Hyperdrive's off the line. Pretty likely here for Backrud, Scheider and RJ Anderson. Great start by Scheider on this side. Really strong start, and then waits and uses the hyperdrive after he's got traction. That's absolutely stunning off the line by the Carl Cox Motorsport driver. It really is. Well, talking of exceptional racing, this is a great job by Timo Scheider and Leah Block. They're going to come down now, and they're going to take the win in the redemption race. Just that last left-hander and a big jump to go. Here comes Leah Block. It is a win for Block and Scheider and Carl Cox Motorsport in the redemption race here in the Atacama Desert in Chile. Great result for them. Round 9 up for grabs. Who's going to come out of this one with the advantage in the championship? Green light and away in the middle of the grid. It wasn't a good start for Kevin Hansen. He's been left on the line, so retirement from Veloce at the start. RXR had a brilliant start. X44 on the inside line. Fraser McConnell got passed by Chris Dobson earlier. They are 4 wide on the run down to turn 1. Extra with the whole shot. Chris Dobson looks up the inside of McConnell. Gets into P2. Fraser drops down to 3rd. Tanner Faust now trying to come around the outside. The Jamaican driver just hooks up the rear right wheel of the McLaren. Drops down a place. The leader is Matthias Ekstrom. P2 Johan Chris Dobson. 1 and 2 in the championship. 1 and 2 in this final. Here we go.
Yes, this is absolutely what we wanted to see. Sainz just staying in there and RXR just doing everything they can. It looks like they're going around the inside. Have they got that space. They haven't done it, unfortunately for them, but there's plenty more opportunities.
And there's barely anything between those, but oh my goodness, what a shame.
That's the Veloce machine pulled up. I reckon they took the start there just to not get a DNS, which would mean that they wouldn't get the points. So it's a good decision by them, but a shame not to see them. They'll be back tomorrow. But Acciona Science, look, that was a championship point update, bottom right of your screen. If you needed to know, it is exceptionally close between them. I'm so pleased to see them both in the final. After the day they've had, being turned around, retiring from races, they're both in there, and we're going to go right down to the wire tomorrow in round 10. But round 9 still to settle first of all. At the minute, advantage Matthias Ekström, 0.82 of a second over Johan Kristoffersson, long-time competitors.
And they go into this Continental Traction Challenge. Still, Science leads the way, but RXR at the moment have the point for the Continental Traction Challenge. So they lead that. So just watch this space. This is not done yet.
Yeah, and of course that can go right down, Jenny, to this race. So yeah, as you say, whoever's quickest here can get it. It was Acciona Science till they had their time taken away for double use of the hyperdrive. RXR then to the top of the table, 2 points for that. They each got a point, of course, winning their qualifying races earlier on today. So super equal between them, really. They couldn't have scored more evenly than they have done today. Could go into tomorrow almost equal on points.
So 2 laps for the first drivers, 2 laps for the second drivers. They switch in the switch zone, which can also cause all sorts of problems for them. But at the moment, it's Ekström out in front with Kristoffersson following. They're really evenly matched, aren't they, the gaps?
Yeah, they are. McConnell's in there too. Look, Tanner Faust less than 4 seconds, spreading across the entire top 4 here, up towards the crest earlier. This is where Anderson rolled the car, hooking up on the inside. The dust is quite bad, as we say. The track's definitely dried out as the day's gone on. 27 degrees now, temperatures dropping as we head later into the afternoon in Chile. Up and over the crests, Kristoffersson closing down a little. Ekström is really sideways. Kristoffersson had to change his angle there in the corner, got slightly early in. Over the crest and down into the left-hander. This is in the Traction Challenge.
Wow, you can just see how much dust is really kicking up this cross-section where they're dragging the dust with them. And look at the air that they're getting down that slide. It's amazing.
It has been a brilliant season so far, still to play out this weekend. 2 wins for Acciona Science, 2 wins for RXR, 2 wins for X44. There were even 2 wins for Veloce, but they, of course, have dropped out at the start of this one. So super, super close between them. Now, Kristoffersson is within striking distance of Ekström, looks towards the inside line, runs the car out wide, going to try for the outside pass. He's late on the brakes as they head down into the switch zone. They're absolutely side by side. Oh, this would be tricky for them. Ekström drives over the dirt on the inside, takes a shortcut. Why is Ekström pulled off to the inside? Surely
that's not you're not able to do that. You have to follow the racing line, don't you?
He's within the waypoint, so in theory there can't be a penalty because he hasn't missed a waypoint. What he's done though is meant that he can. Is that a sneaky move? Ekström's so clever with the regulations. I don't think there's anything in the regs to stop him from cutting across that dirt. So he's coming side by side with RXR, but then he's realised there's no waypoint there. How are you going to penalise me? Cut the track and gone off the left-hand side. Very, very clever. The other thing he didn't want is to come in with RXR next to him. If you then can't get into your pit slot, you can lose time. So Ekström and Kristoffersson, the masters of tactics.
I mean, we'll leave that one to the stewards, shall we, and see what comes back with. But we're in the switch now, and it couldn't really be closer. We wanted a good final on round 9, and we are getting it. They are literally, nothing is separating them. We have got Cristina Gutierrez going in for X44 Vida Carbon here. She has been a weapon. And speaking of weapons, Laia Sanz, who was, you know, she hasn't even been in cars for that long. Oh,
Laia Sanz saying she couldn't see. Is that the dust that's blowing across the car? She's looking for the signal and she can't see it, so Sanz needs to get released. Super close now. They're telling her to go. She couldn't see because of the dust. So the dust blowing up at just the wrong moment. We've got 4 cars leaving the switch zone here. Laia Sanz, Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski, Cristina Gutierrez and Hera Hozos within a couple of seconds of each other. It was 0.083. And we've heard from the stewards, no problem for Ekström. He's a genius of that kind of thing, and he's pulled it off again.
Yeah, absolutely. And can we just recap on the actual championship points at the moment, because there's only 3 that separates Acciona Science from Rosberg X Racing. Rosberg X Racing are in 3 points behind them. This could make all the difference.
Worth pointing out that Arlen Kotlinski, with that delay for Laya Sands, is now in the lead. So RXR have got out in front line, looking to the inside line. Laya Sands trying to find a way past. So a disaster for her on the release, but she looks to the inside again, maybe compromises the entry speed. You're on board with Sands. She runs the car wide, looking for exit speed. Sideways for RXR. Laya Sands gets a better run down the hill. Both onto the exit. No hyperdrive for the Laya Sands and the Acciona Science squad. Oh, just has to tuck back in behind the RXR machine. Raggedly sideways, desperately hanging on to that. That's been a hell of a ride.
I mean, she's really having to go for this and trying everything, but every way she tries, she's blocked, and she's got Gutierrez right behind her. So the three of them come down the hill almost at the same time. She's trying to go to the inside. She's trying everything she can. I think Arlen Kotlinski went a little bit wide, giving Science just an opportunity to get through.
So looking at our screens, we're still saying that RXR has got a hyperdrive. I understand completely why Sands used it where she did. It was a good opportunity to try and pass. Three different onboards there through the left-hander now. Just a lap to go for round 9. Laya Sands has got great exit speed. There's the one of the big bumps. Remember the one that fired Clara Anderson way off track earlier on today. Through the long left now, coming up towards the start-finish line. 1 lap to go. Gutierrez is in the mix as well. Traction challenge at the minute going to RXR. So at the moment, they will get the extra 2 championship points for that, and that will close it up even tighter. Gutierrez on the inside line of Laya Sands. Late on the brakes. Can she make that pass up the inside again that she did earlier on today? She can't. Laya Sands runs the car wide into the dirt on the outside. She knew Gutierrez was coming. She didn't let the pass happen. Gutierrez passed Mullings earlier on there today. Not this time, though. And Gutierrez with that has actually dropped back from the leading 2.
Yeah, she's just dropped back, but these 2 are just challenging every step of the way. And you can see Laya Sands is trying to work out how is she going to get past this car? How is she going to get past Arlen Kotlinski? Can she do it on the inside here? No option for that. Can she do it on the outside? She is taking every opportunity to try and find a way past. Can she do it now? This is a golden opportunity.
For me, with the RXR having the hyperdrive left, they've got 1 chance to defend it. Laya Sands has better pace through this left-hander into the right now. Up and over the crest at the back. When are they going to use it? There's hardly any of the lap left unless we've missed it. Sometimes we don't get the indicator.
It might be that, or it might be that she's just waiting until right at the very end, and if she loses the lead, she'll do it then. But at the moment, she's extended that lead just a little bit, but that is enough at the moment to just keep her safe.
So will they use it on the run down to the finish line? You're on the final lap of round 9. It's been an epic battle all season long. I say 2 wins apiece for the 3 teams who are in the top 3 positions here. Arlen Kotlinski through the left-hander, just a couple of bumps to avoid now. It couldn't be closer in championship points. It couldn't be closer as we come down to the finish line. She uses the Unoa hyperdrive to blast the RXR machine over the line and take the checker flag in round 9. Acciona Science right there with them. It's almost a photo finish between our championship rivals, and they will have to do it again tomorrow to decide the champions of season 3. Oh, what a reaction. Amazing team. Thank you, says Arlen Kotlinski. That was a hell of a race. That's the race of the season so far.
Yeah, look at the smile on that face of Arlen Kotlinski. They've been through it, and my goodness, they're absolutely hyped.
It's joy and relief.